Hey, please welcome Albert Cantu with CPS Energy and Don Rackler with John Wayne Heating and AC. Paul, thank you for coming on.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Don. How are you guys doing?
Great.
Hey, you know what we're talking about today is we're talking about the mini makeovers, the MiCasa Mini Makeovers. A lot of folks may not know exactly what that is, so what is a mini makeover?
The mini makeovers, if you guys have been watching KENS5, of course you guys might be familiar with the MiCasa Makeover.
Right.
Well, what we're doing now is we're doing these mini makeovers. And it allows us to be able to go into someone's home. If you don't want a full, entire makeover on your home, well, then we want to give you at least one item in your home that can make it more energy efficient. So that's what we're doing. We're actually on our second MiCasa Mini Makeover right now. You know, and my good buddy here, Mr. Don Rackler from John Wayne Heating and Air Conditioning he is been gracious enough, of course, to sponsor our second
You
MiCasa
couldn't find
Mini
anybody
Makeover.
better.
And this is the right time, right? I mean, we surprised our MiCasa Mini Makeover with a brand new air conditioning system, and you know, this is the right time for that, right?
Perfect. Yeah, you know, before it gets too hot, if your system is old, it's inefficient, costs you a lot of money, the best time to replace it is before it completely goes out. So do it in the spring, plan the day, get it done, and then you're not out there sweating, you know, and it breaks down, then you're in big trouble.
Yeah, it's better to be proactive because there's nothing worse than having an AC that is gone kaput and it's 105 outside.
That's right. You know, we got a chance to surprise the Ramos family. That's our second MiCasa Mini Makeover now. They had no idea that we were going to show up and surprise them with us, so take a look.
All right.
All right, San Antonio, we're getting ready to surprise William and Cynthia Ramos. They're our second MiCasa Mini Makeover winners. William Ramos, Cynthia Ramos, congratulations, you're the winner of our KENS5 CPS Energy MiCasa Mini Makeover. Woo! Did we get you? Tell me a little bit about what's happening in the house in terms of the air quality.
It's been challenging. We have 3 girls and they're 12 and almost 5 and 2.5, and they all have suffered from asthma and allergies and coughing, and Ava's been the worst, been in the hospital more than any of us combined with just different ailments, and we just feel like the air quality in our house is not what it could be for the kids, but it's tough in these time periods and these financial situations that everybody's going through, and us. You can't do everything that you need to. As
you know, we looked at your house the other day and noticed lots of problems. One of the things I noticed right off the bat, I believe you do have an oversized system. We were talking about that earlier, why you were having a high humidity that, you know, you say we have to lower that thermostat to feel comfortable. It's not because of the temperature, it's not because you're hot, it's really more so because you're wet. The house is very humid. You can walk in this house, you can feel the humidity levels are probably high all the time. And that's typically done because the system is oversized. So what we're going to do what's called a manual J load calculation, and basically what that means is we're going to come in and measure the house, the windows, the type of windows, how much insulation you have, and then we're going to do a load calculation. And a lot of things that homeowners fail to realize is that the house gets to pick the size. You can pick the system, you can pick the brand, you can pick the company, but the house gets to pick the size. Because making sure that we get the right size system so it runs long enough to cool the air and remove that moisture so it's cool and dry and not cold and wet. And what we have here today is cold and wet, and we want cool and dry. And in order to achieve that, we got to have the right system.
You know, it's awesome to surprise them.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, one question I've got, though, is about load and some of the things we heard there real quickly.
Well, just typically, I mean, a lot of people want to buy an AC system. You don't know what size to buy. We do what's called a manual J load calculation where we measure the house, the type of windows, how much insulation, which way the house faces, and then that tells us what size system that home needs, depending on which way it's facing. If it was facing west, it'll take more. If it's facing east, it would take less.
Tell you guys are smart. So it's like your pants. You know, if you're a 32, you know, you don't want to have a 36 waist pant. You want the right size, right?
Exactly.
That's the size I wear. Hey, listen, we've got more mini makeover, so stick around because we're going to show you the rest of what happened with the Ramos family. And you know, your slogan is John Wayne to the rescue. They definitely came to the rescue.
All right, yeah, you're going to be surprised. You definitely want to see that. All right, coming up, Samba Vida is in the house. A performance is next.
Congratulations to the Ramos family, winner of the MiCasa Mini Makeover. The Ramos family's home received a new HVAC system designed to make their home more energy efficient, courtesy of John Wayne Heating and Air. Go to KENS5.com and enter to win your MiCasa Mini Makeover.
All right, welcome back. Please welcome back Albert Cantu with CPS Energy and Don Rackler with John Wayne Heating and AC. Guys, I'm glad to see you back again.
Yes, sir. Yes, of course.
Okay, so we were talking about the AC system. What did we find?
Well, let me tell you. John Wayne came in. It was kind of like the cavalry almost, I felt like, because, there's all these trucks that just kind of started to pull in. I was like, well, something's going to happen here.
Something big's happening.
Something big's happening. So we got to the Ramos' house. John Wayne, of course, showed up, and they lassoed that old system right out of their home. But you won't believe what we found.
Oh, wow. It's interesting.
Yeah, exactly. Take a look.
That's a blower door test. We're simulating a 15-mile-an-hour wind blowing on your home, and that puts the house in what we call negative pressure. So it's basically sucking air into the house, which is what happens most of the time. Most houses are in negative pressure. In other words, it's less pressure inside the house than outside, so everything is coming into the house. And that's what we're simulating right here to find out where those air leaks are.
And we have air. I'm trying to force it in, and it's being pulled out. So that's showing you the leak there. Right now, this house has got about 5 times the amount of leakage that it should have.
If you look over here, we're looking at the meter, and it's telling us it's leaking 406 CFM. We have a system here that's putting out about 1,200 CFM, so basically we're losing about 33% of the air conditioning that we just spent the money to cool that air. We're leaking it in the attic. We want to seal the duct system, and then you got to have adequate attic insulation. You don't have adequate attic insulation. You only have about maybe R13 at best. It needs to be a minimum of R38 in South Texas.
That's going to be a huge difference.
Yes.
Hey, Don, man, William and Cynthia Ramos are going to be super excited. I can't wait. So tell me, what's next?
Well, we're gonna take all of our calculations back to the office. We're going to do our manual J, manual D, determine what size new system they need, redesign their duct system, and we're going to be back over here. We're going to take all the old system out and get started on a brand new system.
Awesome. Let's get to it.
You bet. Let's do it.
All right.
All right, so you found a lot of negative stuff, right?
Oh, yeah. Tell them what we found. I mean, it was just unbelievable.
Well, what we found is typically what we find in a lot of people's homes. They just don't realize it until we start taking it apart. But when we opened up the air handler, it was covered in mold. The blower was covered in mold. We go up in the attic. The duct system is all coming apart. It was leaking about almost 40% of the air was leaking out of the duct system.
Wow, that's a lot.
A lot. It was covered in mold as well. So I mean, they had a typical system that was oversized for one problem, but it was in terrible shape to begin with.
Terrible shape. One thing I noticed, Don, is the inside of the house looked great, but it's what you can't see that's the problem. And
well, right, yeah, it's out of sight and out of mind. The AC system is either in the closet or in the attic. The duct system is always in the attic, and you don't think about it.
All right.
But you get up there looking at it, it's in bad shape.
Wow. Well, thank you. Definitely, John Wayne was to the rescue on this.
He certainly was.
Okay. For more information, please call 293-6700. And thank you so much.
Yeah, when we come back, we're going to show them their utility bill.
So stay tuned. We've got a part 3. I want to please welcome back Albert Cantu with CPS Energy and Don Rackler with John Wayne Heating and AC. This has been just a phenomenal mini makeover.
Definitely, and the Ramos family, I think, is super excited about their brand new air conditioning system. And you guys, you said you have I wanted you to talk a little bit about the system you put in.
Well, first I'd like to mention our sponsor, which is Bryant, which is our brand. It's every system we sell is a John Wayne comfort system powered by Bryant.
Right.
And we appreciate the Bryant people for donating equipment for the Ramos family.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, so, we'll take a look.
Yeah, let's take a look to see how we finished out the house with the AC system. Okay, we're back at the house. The brand new HVAC system has been put in by John Wayne Heating and Air Conditioning Systems. Don Rackler, of course, our good friend. This looks great, Don. Tell me, what did you guys do?
Well, actually, we took out their old system. We took out all their old leaking ductwork. That we took out the indoor system that was totally packed with mold, dirt, filthy, dirty system. They had a 3-ton outside, 4-ton inside. I checked the numbers. It was not an ARI match. It was not a match system. We recalculated the load on the house because we changed some of the dynamics by replacing the duct system, and we also added R38 insulation.
Nice.
So the load came out to 2.4 tons. So what we end up putting in here is a 3-ton 2-speed 18-SEER system, so they get maximum capacity when they need it. It runs in low speed 80% of the time, so it keeps moving air, keep filtering the air, makes it nice and cool and dry inside. Of course, running at low speed, it's very efficient, very affordable to operate.
I love that. And this system, obviously, when you say 2-speed, a lot of people don't understand what that means, but when it's running at 80% of the time on low speed, we're talking lower energy consumption.
Think of it like first and second gear in your car. You get high speed when you need it, you don't need it, you go down in low speed, and that's basically what we have here. Just remember, most homes, or every home actually, you only need maximum capacity about 20% of the time. So in other words, when it's 195 degrees outside, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, the sun's shining on your house, you need maximum capacity. But even a day like today, it's about 80 degrees today, the humidity's low. We don't need maximum capacity. We can easily maintain the temperature in the house operating in that low speed mode.
It's been incredible. It's amazing. From day one, it smells better in the house. It smells like a brand new house.
Yeah.
The musty smell is gone. The kids used to cough at night. I've heard no coughing from the kids. So I know that it's running efficiently and dust and stuff is not coming in anymore.
And now, William, you showed me something here because you guys have a brand new programmable thermostat from John Wayne.
That's good. It's actually, it's got a lot of settings for time and schedules because our schedules are different. It has a dehumidifying sensor here.
Nice.
So it'll actually tell me what the humidity is inside the house. Like right now it's at 38%.
Okay.
It's set at 50, so I'm assuming that once it hits 50, it'll actually activate and dehumidify even more.
Cynthia, you know, we moved the unit that was in the closet here in the laundry room. Now, the unit used to be in here, and I was thinking maybe we could go ahead and convert this to a nice closet for you, or, you know, whatever space you think you might want to use it for. What would you like to do with that?
A storage closet sounds good with shelves.
Shelves,
That
maybe
would be
about 3 or 4
great.
shelves?
Yeah, I have a lot of towels and blankets. That would be awesome.
Great, because we have a full staff carpenter that works for John Wayne. He's able to trim all this out for you. He'll also be able to remove these return air grills because we don't need those anymore. We'll put in new sheetrock, texture it, paint it. You're like it was never there.
Thank you, KENS5, CPS Energy, and John Wayne Heating and Air Conditioning for our Mini Makeover Makeover.
Thank you.
All right. You know, Don, just looking at that unit, looking at the attic, looking at the insulation, it looks like it would save them some money. It looks like.
It's going to save them a lot of money. They're probably going to save somewhere between 40 and 50% of what they were spending before in the electric bill.
You can't beat that. Plus, they're breathing easier, too.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, of course, we've got the Ramos family here with us this morning. Hello, good morning. You guys, y'all look great. Hey, listen, I want to say, first of all, thank you for submitting the letter to us. We have truly enjoyed coming out to your home. And I know that with your little girls and their breathing problems, this was something you guys really, really needed. So tell us real quickly, how has it been working for you?
It's been awesome. It's been better than I thought, really. The change is tremendous. It's cooler, it's drier air, it's cleaner air. I don't smell anything. It smells like a brand new house.
Nice.
And the dust, there's no dust coming through. And the kids aren't coughing at night. It's just been a huge blessing.
Sylvia, you've got to love that new closet that you got.
Oh, I love it, yeah. A lot of laundry.
You know, I didn't even know that you guys did that, but that's great anyway. But hey, listen,
I just got to give thanks to Jerry Brown or Geronimo, the carpenter. He did a great job, and all of Don's guys when they came in. Very professional. Always put their booties on when they came in our house. It was just, they did a really good job.
William, have you actually gotten a bill yet, a CPS? Have you seen a
Yeah,
difference yet?
our bill typically ran 180, 170, 190, and we were kind of just used to that.
Yeah.
And then recently it's been like 110.
Well, we actually took a shot of their account summary, and you can see it right here on the screen here.
Okay.
You see their current month. You see where it says KWH used? It
Right,
says
kilowatt hours.
1342. Take a look at last month. They were at 1439. So we're definitely headed in the right direction in terms of energy consumption. So
look at that cost per day. That's a big difference there. That's about 70 cents.
I'm going to be surprised to see what their bills look like in the summertime. Of course, Don, you've also got another little surprise for them as well,
actually,
right?
they're really not going to have an electric bill for over 2 years. And because,
how is that?
Because CPS Energy is so nice to give rebates for all the work that we've done. They're going to get $480 rebate for the system. They're going to get a $2,500 rebate on the duct system.
Wow.
They're going to get about $400 for the insulation. They also qualify for the Energy Savers program at CPS Energy if we can reduce their consumption by 15%. Right. So they're going to get about $5,000 worth of rebates, so no electric for 2 years at least.
That's a lot of rebates. So hold on, Don. If somebody calls you today, can they get those rebates?
Absolutely.
Yes. And I want to remind folks that we have our website, of course, cpsenergysavers.com. Go to that website. You can learn ways to save energy, save money, and then, of course, put in a brand new system from John Wayne Heating and Air, and then you can qualify for a $2,000 incentive.
Wow, what a team. CPS Energy and John Wayne Heating and Air, what a team. What are you waiting for? Call them today. Hey, things you find out just by watching.
That's right.
Great Day SA. We're here to save you money. All right, stay with us. We'll be right back.